welcome back to what Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is the SU-5. It's a Soviet Tier 4 SPG, and this one's located on the west spawn of Sand River under the command of MCHammereD. Now, as you can see, it's a What Arty Noobs coloured one, specially prepared by Sir Rusty, and these skins are available on his Facebook page. The SU-5 was a conversion of the T-26 light tank. As you can see from the bogies on the side, the suspension is A26 all the way, but this particular Arty had three different variants. One was a 76mm, another was 122mm, and the third was 152mm mortar. And this is the version you can see here with 152mm mortar. It's capable of alpha damage of 400 hit points. Okay, MCHammereD is raising his gun and aiming towards the enemy. It's only got a limited range, but it's got a hell of a punch. But you need to dial it in on your target to make it very accurate. Got a looks, which is moving, constantly moving. It's not staying still, but that T-29 has stopped to fire. Round out. Oh, one shot wipeout, 181 hit points. That's the power of this 152mm mortar. If the target remains stationary long enough, and you can see there, flatten reticule, maximum range. Okay, we've got an M3D, and he's been wiped out. Now the looks is just hiding around the corner of that rock, so we can't hit him. The M15 is outside range. The Locust is the next closest target. We've indicated him as our target, and he's receiving fire, and we're dialing in. Almost ready to shoot. Now ready. Round out. If he stays there, yeah, got him. 109 hit points, second kill. And the enemy is coming through that gap, that bottleneck near the mosque. The 14 TP is using that wreck for cover. Round out. And it hit the wreck, but it splashed the 14 TP for 79 hit points, and that looks is moving forward, but he's been taken out. The Panzer S-35 is trying to defend that corner, and he's up against another Panzer S-35, but he was killed by the M15. We fire around at the other S-35, get a hit for 151. It's a lot of action happening at once. Okay, the S-35 stopped temporarily. We're almost loaded. Round out. Should be good. It is! 39 hit points. That's his third kill. Okay, he's going to have to move close, but watch out. There is an enemy over to the left. He's very close. The T-46. He might have seen us. We're dialing in on him. Oh, he's dead. Okay, now we're going to have to move close to the enemy to get shots on them, because most of the enemy are down in the other end of the map. And this is only a short range Arty, so you have to chase the enemy. It's not a very fast Arty. It actually can only move at 30 kilometers an hour forwards, 8 backwards. So it's rather sedentary, you might say. But it is based on an interwar design, an interwar tank. A British tank. Oh, and there's one of the enemy, an M1542. Dialing in. He's stationary. So long as he stays like that, it's going to take another 5 seconds or so to dial in on him. But if you're accurate, we're ready. Round out. Kill shot. One shot kill. 240 hit points. Takes him out of the game. That's his 4th kill. Now, they built 30 of these Artys altogether, and they were supplied to the Soviet Army during the 30s, but they stopped making them in 1937. They were actually used during the siege of Leningrad. Now, the other thing that's very key about this Arty, oh, he's platooned with somebody on his own team, B side, who's instantly got killed, so that Brothers in Arms is now out of the question. Now, the other thing that's key about this little Arty is the fact that it only carries a limited amount of ammunition. You can only carry 12 rounds, only 12. And that means that you have to pick your targets carefully to get the maximum effect, because you can't kill all of the enemy team with your ammo load. but what you can do is a huge amount of damage to the ones that are there, and if you can't hit them directly, you can splash them, and that will disable them and allow your teammates to then kill them. Now he's aiming where one of the last enemies was seen, as Sturmpanzer 2. He fires a round in, but no effect. 14.67 seconds is the reload time for this Arty. You can see the platinum reticule that he's actually virtually maximum range. He's fired another round in where he thinks the Sturmpanzer might be. Now another thing about this Arty is that they normally call it the Faden's Medal machine, because this Arty is responsible for more Faden's medals than most other Artys put together. That's mainly because of the limited number of shells. You'll normally end up with just one shell left at the end of the game, and if it's just one enemy tank left, if you can get a kill, then there's your Faden's medal. And I've done this twice in this machine. Twice I've had a Faden's medal. On the first occasion, I actually knew it was my last shell, and I thought that the enemy had actually moved out of the point of aim, but he actually walked straight back into it and took the shell and got me my Faden's medal. And there's the enemy Arty, the Vespa. It's one of them. Dialing in. Another 3 or 4 seconds before he'll be ready. And now he's ready. But he stopped shooting because there's an AMX-38 and the Vespa's being killed. He's going to go for the AMX-38. Fires a round in. Direct hit for 156. That brings up the high caliber. And there was the Sturmpanzer. He was in the right place. He was aiming that his gun near it, and the Sturmpanzer has taken damage. He fires around at it, and he gets the kill shot. 86 hit points. That's 5 kills. There's only one enemy tank left, and he's been killed by the T-56. So that's game. And he's got 1 shell left. So it just goes to show he might have earned a Faden's medal there if the T-56 had left him that AMX-38 to kill. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tanker for MCHammereD in the SU-5. And in fact, it's his first ace tanker in the SU-5. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 23. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5. 1 short of that, getting that top gun. And he did pick up the high caliber for getting the highest damage in the end in the total. 20% of the enemy hit points and at least 1,000 hit points in total. Let's have a look at the team scores. There you go, look at that, right at the top of the table, 1,231 hit points of damage. He also picked up the highest number of kills, 5. The next highest scorer was the T-56 GMC, who got that last kill. He got 4. If he'd left that AMX-38 for MCHammereD, he would have picked up a Faden's for sure, I'm pretty certain. And then when it came to base XP, again, top of the table, 808, so it's a clean sweep at the top of the table. And the next highest scorer was the Cruiser Mark IV. Was that the one that he platooned with? He actually managed to pick up 606 before he got killed, but he did have 3 kills. Let's have a look at detail report. He fired 11 of the 12 rounds he had in his magazine. He got 6 direct hits, 6 penetration, 5 splash. Did damage of 1,231 hit points, and all of it was at more than 300 meters. He hit 8 of the enemy, but only killed 5, and he did damage assistance of 130 hit points and caused 2 stuns. Yes, this Arty does cause stun. It's only a very brief stun because it is 152 millimeters on the caliber, but it is stun all the same. He received 26,460 credits, got 6,615 for personal reserves, brought up a total of 33,075 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is fairly cheap, he actually took away 29,885 credits altogether. He received 1,212 XP, and there was no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. But yes, he's taken away his first ace tanker and another high caliber to boot. It would have been nice if he could have taken away that Faden's medal as well, but I'm sure the C-56 wanted to end the game as quickly as possible. So congratulations to MCHammereD on your first ace tanker in this particular Arty. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.